Hey YouTube, it's ICU, and today we have a new iPhone to unbox. Not a regular size iPhone or even a gigantic one like the iPhone 6s Plus right here. Instead, it is the smaller cousin to these devices. It's the iPhone SE. It pretty much has the internals of an iPhone 6s in an iPhone 5s enclosure. So I have the box right here. We're going to be taking a look, and I'm also going to be giving away either an iPhone SE or an iPad Pro. The choice is up to you. So be sure to rate this video up and stick around to the end. I'm going to be discussing that more in just a little bit. You don't want to miss it if you want a brand new free Apple device. So let's get straight into this. First of all, we're going to take a look at the box. On the front, we just have a picture of the device. It looks very simple and clean. Again, highly reminiscent of the iPhone 5s. I actually opted for rose gold in 16 gigabytes. Now, this is the absolute cheapest iPhone Apple has ever offered, which is really amazing. And I can see this being a huge success in other markets and for people who really like those smaller devices, since this does have Apple's A9 chip, their latest one in the 6s and 6s Plus. Now, both sides simply say iPhone SE in matching color to whichever iPhone you get. So this is rose gold, the new color option that Apple's offering with the SE. So as you can see, iPhone SE. Of course, this option was first available with the 6s and 6s Plus, but this is really the only time we've had it for the iPhone 5s kind of enclosure. So now on the top, we just have an Apple logo, bottom, another Apple logo, and on the back, we have some identifying information as well as that 16 gigabyte marker there. So I opted for the base. You can also bump that up even to 64 gigabytes, which I think is definitely the better option here if you're interested in a smaller iPhone. I just went with this simply because we're going to be unboxing it now. So 16 gigabytes. All right, so after adjusting the camera, we're just going to use my knife to cut through the plastic wrap that's protecting the box. It shouldn't take long. There we go. We have a nice cut there. And now we're just going to remove the plastic that is covering and protecting the box. All right, here we go, guys. The all-new iPhone. Let's go ahead and slide the top off. Remember, this is the first iPhone of 2016. I'm super excited for the iPhone 7, though. So iPhone SE, again, right on the top once we lift the lid. This is a beautiful device. I really love the design of the iPhone 5s. It's one of my favorite designed iPhones. As you can see here, we do have some plastic wrap that's just protecting the display. Let's go ahead and remove that, get a nice shot of it. There we go. And we're also going to power it on. Remember, the power button is on the top because this is a smaller 4-inch iPhone. Let's go ahead and take a look and also remove the back covering here. So there we go, nice and crisp. We have that rose gold color with a nice and reflective Apple logo right in the center, and of course those chamfered edges. Now, getting a close-up of this as well, really the only difference that you'll notice between this and an iPhone 5s, unless it's the rose gold color of course, is just the SE branding on the back right beneath iPhone, similar to what we have on the iPhone 6s. Of course, the antenna break and even the camera as well as the dual tone flash are identical in appearance. And let's actually return to the rest of the contents of the box before I quickly set up the iPhone. So we're just going to lift this piece up here. This is a really awesome packet that just has this flap for convenience, similar to other Apple iPhone products. Let's go ahead and open this up here. And on the top, we have just this little sheet that says iPhone SE. It walks over some of the physical aspects of the device. Of course, just talking about the sleep and wake button, as well as the volume rocker silence switch, slide to unlock, touch ID, home button, charging it, etc. So let's set that off to the side. We have an iPhone info sheet and 2 Apple logo stickers. That's really it for this little packet. We also, of course, have Apple's standard EarPod headphones, the US wall adapter here, which of course can be interchanged if you are traveling or if you live in a country with a different wall outlet. And finally, down below here at the bottom, we have Apple's Lightning to USB cable for data transfer and charging purposes. I'm just going to go through the basic on-device setup process here. We're at the hello screen and I'm going to be right back. All right, so here we go. I am back, and I've taken the liberty of actually setting it up and installing Geekbench 3 as well, because a lot of people have been asking me to confirm the earlier reports suggesting that the SE has 2 gigs of RAM, and guess what? It does. So here inside of Geekbench, you'll notice that it does indeed confirm this is an iPhone SE. That 8,4 is its identifier, running iOS 9.3 with an A9 CPU and 1.96 gigs of RAM, aka 2 gigs. So multitasking is absolutely going to fly on this thing. It is so fast. I've already tested it out a bit. And now for those of you who still don't know much about the SE, let's run through some of the basics. So we have the same 4-inch Retina display as found on the iPhone 5S. We also have the same design, chamfered edges here. It is available in a new rose gold option, which is what I'm rocking. It starts with a base 16 gig configuration, can bump up to 64 gigabytes. That's definitely the better deal. And if you're going to be using this as your primary phone, that's probably what you're going to want to go with. And the camera looks exactly the same. So does the True Tone flash on the back, but there is a pretty significant difference here. This is the same 12 megapixel camera as what we have on the iPhone 6S and 6S Plus. And notice it is completely flush with the back of the device, which is really awesome. And it's amazing that it can fit inside of this 5S enclosure. And of course, that means it can record 4K video as well. It also has an A9 chip, which means that the Hey Siri feature will actually work on it. So as you can see, it's bringing it up there, and it was actually transcribing what I was saying, so I just exited out of it. We have the regular home button at the bottom that was introduced with the iPhone 5S, so of course Touch ID, but there is a pretty big difference here. We now have NFC, which means you'll be able to use Apple Pay just like iPhone 6 up and owners can do at supported retailers. So this guy is basically just an updated iPhone 5S. A lot of people are saying that the SE stands for Special Edition, but what makes more sense is Small Edition. So this thing is a powerhouse inside of a smaller classic design, the iPhone 5S design. What do you guys think about it? Let me know down below in the comment section. And of course, I will actually have a comment down below pertaining to the giveaway. There's going to be a similar comment on the iPad Pro 9.7-inch unboxing. Whichever comment gets the most upvotes is going to be the device that I end up giving away. All you're going to have to do is just subscribe if you have yet to, rate up whichever device that you're most interested in, and stay tuned for additional details on the giveaway. It should go live shortly once we have a decent number of votes on the comments. Be sure to click the subscribe button below next to my channel name. That way you'll be notified when I release my iPad Pro 9.7-inch unboxing, as well as subsequent videos. You can also, of course, like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter for even more updates. And until next time, this is ICU signing out. Join the iCrackUriDevice community on Patreon to help out the channel and to be featured in videos similar to these top contributors. Click the link on your screens now if you're on desktop, or check below.